Hi YouTube, how are you? Welcome to Honkai Star Rail. We are on the train. I've already gotten started a little bit on some grinding, as you can see. Where is my sound? Oh, I can hear it. Ooh, that's loud for y'all. Let me turn that down a bit. I have to hear it in my ears though. I had it turned off in my ears because I was doing a Marvel Rivals video earlier today. Oh, Firefly is the fastest at grinding. Andrew's E5 Firefly is the fastest at grinding. Okay, so let's see if... Actually, let's not worry about that. Let's get started on the story. Yeah, in the background, the Mule Girls are working on some things. Okay. So, Public Enemy. I was hoping it would be a Marvel Rivals stream today. Half joking. We'll have to figure something out.
Got places to be?
I'm still trying to learn all the characters. I want to do a tier list, but over the weekend I want to play all the characters. And then I'll do a tier list based off of my impressions of all the characters. Have you checked out the Nikki outfits? Yes, I want that umbrella. I want that leaf umbrella so bad. I want that leaf umbrella so bad from the frog outfit. My favorite so far. Oh, you know who really surprised me? Before we get into the cutscene, who really surprised me? Black Widow. When I'm like testing out a new character and it's not working, I switch over to Black Widow and take care of business. You can tell on the map when the Overwatch players are playing, because you know some people are playing, they don't play Overwatch, and then there's some people who do know Overwatch that are playing. Honey, that's when you get the Black Widow out. I also, before I started the stream, like a couple hours ago, my last game a couple hours ago today, I played Blonde Girl with the Phantom, the two people. I really like her. It's kind of camp because she like spins around. She's like, but I'm going in alphabetical order, so I haven't gotten to Luna Snow yet. I do know she's Korean. That's all I know. Cloak and Dagger, yes.
I promised to give the siblings some privacy. So let's
I also
kind of
like Black Panther.
What do you say?
He's not very girly pop, but I like the play style.
That sounds sensible enough. Since you went through the trouble of gathering the family heads, the crew, and the Stellaron hunters, I'm guessing you have something important to say, Mr. Gallagher?
Oh, is it that obvious?
The look on your face is practically screaming, I'm the one behind all this.
Oh no.
You're right,
That
Mr.
one
Yang.
that one where
It is
he's in the
time to
little
come
booty
clean
shorts.
on everything.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen all the skins. I did record a first impressions video of all the skins and
Siblings
cosmetics.
already know what they need to, and they've made their choice. But you, Nameless, arrived a bit late. So it's only fair that I answer your questions. Before we begin, let me reintroduce myself. I'm the founder of Dreamflux Reef,
Oh,
the deputy of the Watchmaker, and the one who sent out that invitation. As Gallagher, the history fictionologist, I humbly extend my greetings to you all.
History fictionologist? So what? Everything you told us was made up?
see, this is how you know March is girly pop. Like we're always arguing and stuff, but we both were like history fictionologists. Girl, what is that?
Well, don't worry.
I did-
Almost everything I
It's easier to
shared is
describe
true.
being a YouTuber to a
Well,
complete stranger.
Except for the part about the family accepting me back.
I double-checked with Micah, and everything he said about the family, the Watchmaker, and Mikhail is true.
Okay, well if it comes from Himioko, then I trust it.
Thank you for your understanding. Now let's get down to business. I'm sure you're all wondering why I went through the trouble of setting up this battle for
Where in the
legacy.
world is Dingya?
Inviting different factions, stirring up a ruckus all over Penacony. Well,
Is
it
being
all
a history
boils down to
fictionologist
something
making up a
very
complete lore about
familiar
Mio?
to all of you.
We're kind of like
The
that.
Stellaron.
Hi, Kaimi, welcome to the chat. Welcome, hi.
The Stellaron? But
Hi,
how is
Sebi.
that possible? Penacony is a free-flowing interstellar hub. There are no signs of contamination whatsoever.
You're totally correct. So, care to take a guess at what that means?
What did Walt say? Sorry, I was thinking about history fictionologist. I'm sure you're all wondering why I went through the trouble of setting up this battle for the legacy, inviting different factions and stirring up a ruckus all over Penacony. The Stellaron. The Stellaron? How is that possible? Penacony is a free-flowing interstellar hub. There's no signs of contamination whatsoever. Oh. Me when I eat all the peaches that make you immortal, then sneak into heaven's sweet party that was supposed to have said peaches, then drink their make you immortal wine and munch down on some make you immortal candies. And then immortal Emily. Yeah, so Gallagher is our Gallagher does work with Mio a lot on fictionology. Anytime we need to make up a complete lie, we ask him because he's, you know, he's really good at that. You're pulling our leg, Gallagher. You love to lie.
The sweet dream
Hi,
doesn't
Wicked
come out of
Wiccan.
thin air. If you think of the memory zone as the sea, creating the land of the dreams is like filling that
Miyoko?
wild
Yes,
ocean
Nicole.
with earth to make an island. To achieve this feat, without the help of an emanator of remembrance or enigmata, the only way is to use a Stellaron. And that's not something you can achieve with a simple wish. It requires vast quantities of knowledge, time, and manpower. I'm sure you get what I'm hinting at. In Azdana, the planet of festivities itself is a Stellaron disaster.
The planet of festivities itself is a Stellaron disaster?
It all started a long time ago, back when the Watchmaker and his crew liberated the frontier prison. They faced countless challenges as they began building Penacony from the ground up. That's when the idea of using the Stellaron came into play. The Stellaron first entered the Azdana system.
Yeah, Mother, it
during
was
the
good,
war.
wasn't it?
The Nameless warned everyone against the folly of attempting to tamper with such a power. And most heeded their words. But there are always people in the shadows with ulterior motives. The turning point came after Tiernan's death. With two of the Nameless gone, the Watchmaker had to go to the front lines. It was at that moment his rivals saw an opportunity. By the time a representative from the Montour Systems family arrived at the Watchmaker's call, the Stellaron had already been activated and was seeping into the primordial synesthesia dreamscape.
And I suppose the family happened to possess the knowledge to seal the Stellaron?
History fictionologists basically obscure facts, so almost nothing is understandable. They follow the aeon of enigmata, and in the databank where it explains this, it says fictionologists messed around the entries so the info might not even be true. Oh, so they obscure like information just for the sake of doing it. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky. It all started a long time ago, back when the Watchmaker and his crew liberated the frontier prison. They faced countless challenges. That's the idea. Is get the Stellaron. Okay, the Stellaron first entered the Astana system during the war. The Nameless warned everyone against it. Okay. Okay. But there were people in the shadows. The turning point came after Tiernan's death. With two of the Nameless gone, the Watchmaker had to go to the front lines. Okay. By the time the representative from the Montour Systems family arrived, and the Watchmakers got the Stellaron already. Okay, so it was okay.
Not
so
just
people were
that.
like, let's use it.
They knew far more about the
Instigators,
Stellaron
okay.
than the average person. They helped Mikhail swiftly quell the civil unrest and played a part in building Penacony under the disguise of the Harmony. Those three eras were known as the Age of Dreaming. The Watchmaker, who had been left in the dark, sent out invitations across the universe, spreading the hype around the
Pile of
land
Garbage.
of the dreams.
Then, how did they turn against each other?
Remember the island in
Hi,
the
other
ocean
druids.
metaphor? The truth is, the Stellaron was never truly sealed. It existed in a different form within the dreamscape. Think about this. What would it cost to create and maintain such a lavish dreamland? It's people's lives. The opulent dream is built upon the decay of spirits, with a toxic elixir called pleasure flowing through the dreamscape. It tempts people to indulge in the dreamscape, and gradually their minds succumb, becoming nourishment for the sweet dream.
Gallagher, that reminds me about like how every major civilization falls after they hit the era of decadence. Do you know about that, Gallagher? Also, I would recommend maybe meal razors. They actually can help with this sort of stubble. It actually works for you though, so maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe a lip plumper, though? The Enigmata was born out of a desire to combat the Aeon of Erudition, basically knowledge. The Enigmata works in contrast to the path of knowledge, and ironically, this is the only example of the contrasting paths. The hunt versus the abundance is another example of the paths that explicitly in complete opposition. Hey Fawn, who are you going to pull for? I missed a lot of streams and I'm very lost. Andrew, I just used your Firefly earlier today. But, I don't know. Tingyan, whenever she comes out.
Confusion, laziness, and cowardice. Weaknesses that plague humanity were magnified and nourished by the family. Penacony became a new kind of prison, even more impenetrable than the previous one.
Few comes out on Christmas.
Sadly, we realized this far too late.
Hoyoverse
Then
loves
the family
money.
had a firm grip on Penacony, swiftly quelling any opposition that arose. At my wit's end, I had to use the power of the Enigmata and sought refuge in this chaotic memory zone. Over the years, I fabricated a meme within this dream for our use, Dormancy. That's its real name. We exploited a loophole. You see, regular people can't fall asleep again while they are inside the dreamscape.
So, okay. So it seems as though, what is it, Enigmata? Yeah, the Enigmata is working against the family because the family is harmony? No. The family doesn't have anything to do with erudition. The Enigmata works in contrast with the passive erudition. Interesting. So where does erudition have to come into play in this? Because I thought the family was harmony. I think Gallagher is actually using Neo's growthplex theorem. Gallagher, unfortunately, curse per se. Hoyle babyface syndrome. Oh, just Gallagher. Okay. Hi, Godmank. Erudition's the genius society. Gallagher's just being messy. Okay. But there's still a Stellaron that is basically manifested the dreamscape. And he said that I had to use the power of the okay. I fabricated a meme within the stream for Dormancy. That's his real name. We exploited a loophole. Okay. Vaughn, there was a Genshin livestream today. The Archon Quest finale for Natlan is going to come out January 1st with Mavuika and Sitlali and the new Leeway 4-star. They also showcase silhouettes for the upcoming characters. Ooh, the finale's coming?
So this is the true meaning of the impossible. You sent out invitations in the Watchmaker's name to find forces capable of resolving the Stellaron disaster and draw them into Penacony to uncover the truth.
It's not just that. Above all, I wanted to see what happens when the major factions engage in a struggle for the legacy. Since this is the Watchmaker's first announcement in decades, the traitor within the family is bound to reveal
So Gallagher
himself.
Gallagher just wants to help. Okay.
So, the legacy is just a facade.
If you want to consider the Stellaron as the legacy, I'm totally fine with that.
If that's the case, where is the Stellaron now?
That's a question for Mr. Wings. The Stellaron is still under the family's control, and as the head of the Oak family, I'm sure he holds all the answers.
Okay. For the most part, I understand what's going on. There's a lot of like lore in the universe, but I get Gallagher's trying to help because this whole place is a Stellaron, but he made this area, which is why it's like not as bad, in an effort to like mitigate the dangers of the soul decay.
Are you done talking? So, will you tell us where the Stellaron is?
There's new skins for Hu Tao and Jingli. They're making money. Within a week, they're doing 2 major releases. Girl, get into that.
Is the Penacony Grand Theater itself.
As I suspected. It's the embodiment of the family. The edifice that first materialized within the Sweet Dream. That's what turned Penacony into its current state.
As for the person who employed its power, it is in fact Mr. Gopherwood, the current Dream Master.
Well, that was
Hi,
easier
especially
than I
gay.
thought. Did you conduct your own investigation already?
Correct.
The way I wish I
When
could
I was
invest in
trying to
Hoyoverse.
track down the person who
You get
murdered
returns,
my
baby.
sister, apart from you, Gopherwood was my second suspect.
Confronting me first turned out to be a smart move on your part.
I didn't have other options. The Dream Master has been elusive, and even the heads of the families can hardly get an audience with him. Moreover, Mr. Gopherwood has been kind to my sister and me.
What do you mean by that?
To be honest, my brother and I are also victims of the cancer of all worlds. We grew up as orphans, and were adopted by the family when they came to help. Mr. Gopherwood recognized our potential and brought us to Penacony.
Okay, Starry. Thank you, Starry.
But I can't just stand by and watch Mr. Gopherwood become an enemy of the Harmony. I won't use my voice to support an evil cause. I won't step on that stage and sing, no matter who the traitor is, or what orders they give me. I won't let the Charmony Festival become an event that destroys Harmony itself, or the paradise in our dreams.
Indeed. For the paradise in our dreams. As the head of the Oak family, I'm responsible for ensuring Penacony's promising future. Robin and I will head into the Sweet Dream and confront the Dream Master. And if it turns out that the family has truly strayed from the Harmony, I'll fight alongside you. We'll put the Charmony Festival on hold and make sure Mr. Gopherwood pays for his blood debt.
The enemies you are about to face aren't like this old dog here, who can barely even bark. Since our interests are aligned, why don't we team up? Maybe, just maybe, we'll have a shot at success.
Well, as long as I'm here and Emil Model's here, we'll always
We
find
have
success.
always been following in the footsteps of our nameless predecessors. And there's no reason to stop now.
Yeah, we Nameless won't back down from a challenge. Isn't that right, Miss Trailblazer?
My name is Fawn, Marge. Stop calling me out of my name. Right now is not the time for shadiness. Ain't nothing to fear no more.
That line actually makes me a bit nervous.
And so do your bangs.
Rest assured, sitting on the sidelines isn't in our nature. Mr. Sunday, Miss Robin, I'm willing to accompany you on behalf of the Astral Express. Having a third party present should help with negotiations, and could make all the difference if things get ugly.
Thank you, Mr. Yang.
Thank you all very much.
The Charmony Festival is about to start, and time is against us.
Everyone, let's
I want to see the
gather over
Charmony
here.
Festival. What's gonna
We still
happen?
need to make some preparations.
What's gonna happen if she doesn't go on stage? Is that one Sparkle Girl gonna go up there with the autotune?
I may have been quick to step up to the plate, but confronting the Dream Master could be a very dangerous affair.
It's okay, well, I know these four girls, they're called the Ya Squad. They can take care of it.
Huh? Even you're saying that, Mr. Yang? How powerful is that Dream Master?
He's the leader of the families of Penacony, and he has the entire power of the Harmony behind him. Not to mention the Stellaron in his possession. We must
Himiko
proceed with
has to touch
great
up her roots
caution.
quite often. That's why she hasn't really left the train for like a couple weeks, and she only came down here really quickly. A lot of people don't know this, and I think she wanted me to keep it a secret, but actually she wasn't on screen a lot because she had to go back up to the train because Pom Pom, actually, they are in charge of like keeping her roots touched up. You don't want to see Himiko when her roots aren't touched up. She gets really insecure about it. We always tell her like, it actually looks really nice when it grows in a little bit. She's like, no, I don't like it. It doesn't look good on me. So Pom Pom is like always up there, like every time she can see a centimeter of root growth, Pom Pom's like, oh my god. Because she's got to bleach it, and then she's got to put the color on because Himiko has like really, really dark hair. So in order for the color to actually deposit, it's a whole process.
Maybe you can just stay behind this time, Mr. Yang?
No, that won't do. Even if we count Robin as an ally, something felt off about Mr. Sunday just now. Although, I can't quite put my finger on it. I have to make sure he won't turn against us when things start to get dicey.
Maybe she should try Julianka in Lumio City. I was telling her about that, but Himiko's really loyal to her
May I
stylist.
borrow it for a moment?
Sure.
I knew it. As I suspected, this chip Aventurine gave to you is actually a miniature transmitter. If I'm right, He intends to use
The
it
Cat
to track
Valentine
your
treatment?
location or
No,
contact you when
We
needed.
learned our lesson.
As it so happens, this may actually be of
Ariana
some
Grande was
use in
actually one of the
current
first people to
situation.
test out meal bleach and dyes. That's why she lost a lot of hair for a couple years. But we thank Ariana Grande for her service, and that's why she has a lifetime supply of bleach and tone. As you can see in the recent Wicked premiere, she used a lot of it, so...
Aventurine? Is he still alive? And what does he have to do with our mission to confront the Dream Master?
Remember what I said earlier? Working with the IPC is a way to keep the family in check. If negotiations go south and the family show their true colors by going after the Stellaron, I'll use this transmitter to send a message to the IPC. It'll be just the opportunity the IPC ambassador was hoping for. The only question mark in all of this is Aventurine's current status. But the IPC is always listening, especially...
Well, let's go give
Good luck to you,
Aventurine.
Wilt.
Well, you take care too. If anything goes wrong, don't worry about me. Just
Okay.
make...
Spoken like a true hero. Even if the Dream Master is innocent, the family's corruption runs deep.
Don't you have something else to tell us, Gallagher?
Why would you say so?
Before we departed, the conductor asked us to inquire about the three nameless in Penacony. We've already collected intel about Rosalina and Tiernan, so the only one left is Legwork, if I'm not mistaken.
Legwork is kind of a cool
We've
name.
already met him somewhere, haven't we?
Oh, right. Wait a minute. It does kind of sound like Himiko saying that. She's like, do you want to say anything, Gallagher?
It's not enough to say meat, but the answer is pretty obvious. After all, I've hinted at it in quite an evident way. I've been watching over you ever since I received the reply from the Astral Express. And I've seen the great effort you all put into linking different realms together across the cosmos. And now, after getting this far all in one piece, you have truly proven yourselves. Miss Himiko, were you the one who repaired the Express and got it sailing through the cosmos again?
Yes.
Legwork. Fawn.
And you two, young Nameless, you have very interesting life stories and extraordinary skills.
Yes, of course my reputation precedes me. I am a very famous mule model. I actually don't know how I ended up here, but I was hacked in by a gamer, and then they put me on the train with these other mule models. So there must be something there. But I do work in modeling, obviously. I dabble a little bit in business as my sort of commissions require me to have a little bit of savvy in that. I also do interior design recently, and I'm really interested in learning about sugar waxing for that stubble that I'm seeing.
What? Hey, you can't just make up titles like that.
Well, Marge, what do you do?
You're full of energy. Please send my regards to the conductor, Pom Pom. Please let them know that their friend has fond memories of his time aboard the Express, which he reminisces on every time he has a good drink.
What were y'all doing on the train?
As for the last Nameless, he embarked, disembarked, and embarked again, traveling in a great circle, ending up back where he started. On his deathbed, he told me to find the Astral Express and deliver an invitation to the future Nameless. He left behind a special gift, a true legacy. Something that belongs only to the successors of the
They were
Trail.
nameless. I know, sorry.
Come with me. Now is the time to reveal it.
Let's go.
Back
Marge
here
doesn't even know what
again.
she is. That's true.
Sometimes I feel like you're still alive, old friend. Like you've still got so much to say and do. I've kept my promise. Brought the future trailblazers you've waited so long for.
Y'all, is
I
Ethel
don't know why you
Kane
were so obsessed
the
with that
person
train,
that's always like in a
but I
dimly
remember your
lit,
last words.
like... I've been seeing clips of this one person with like pigtails sometimes, and it's like always like a dark room, and they're just like sitting there talking about video games. And now I get why people were asking me if I know Ethel Kane, because I was like, oh, I get it now, because I was like, that's, I mean, every single time I see a clip, all the comments are like, me, me, me. I get it. Um, and like I've seen like their thumbnails, but I never clicked on it, and they're just like, I got the new Tekken game, and they're just like, it's really funny. I'm gonna have to start watching Ethel Kane content.
Don't let us down, old man.
Have I caught Shiny Rayquaza? I actually didn't, no.
What's happening?
I'm too lazy to do the raid. Well, she said she liked Leon Kennedy. In New York. That's the dream, though, isn't it, damsel?
Go ahead. His resting place lies in the garden up ahead. The first and last nameless of Penacony.
Oh.
Kale Char Legward, the watchmaker.
The watchmaker was a nameless? How do I get there? Oh, I have to go down the stairs. Hi everyone, and welcome to the new vlog of Where in the World is Ting Yun. I know that I was gone for a minute, but I have an explanation. No, I wasn't trying to hide even more. I know that a lot of people still haven't been able to find me. In fact, no, none of my subscribers have been able to find me, and that's the whole crux of the content. Where in the world am I? Well, I got so deep into the tea that I actually kind of like disappeared for a minute because I'm in an area that like isn't even technically real. I'm inside of a Stellaron, apparently. A handsome man that doesn't shave and smells a little bit like whiskey had told me that I'm actually inside of a Stellaron, but I won't tell you where exactly I am in the Stellaron. I'm excited to say, though, that I have found one of the mysterious nameless that exists inside of the Stellaron named Mikhail. Right behind me is his grave. Where in the world is Ting Yun? To figure out the answer to that question, please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. The idea of running a vlog on YouTube where you're trying to go to the most obscure places and challenge your audience to figure out where you are, just to go to an even more obscure place next time, that concept is really, really hilarious to me. I don't know why that makes me giggle so much.
This suits my tastes.
I should do that. New vocab. Beneath the surface of the memory zone, in a garden closest to the full moon in the water, an elderly man rests on a recliner, enveloped in utter silence. I do have a new word, actually. I actually learned the difference between inequity and iniquity. Inequity is obviously unfairness, because equity is the sense of fairness. Normally in the modern day, we talk about equity in terms of assets that you own, a fair stake in the economy. Iniquity is actually like wickedness, sinfulness. To exist in iniquity is to be like really like, you know, equable. I learned a lot of things with equa. We focus a lot on like Latin and Greek roots. Equable means to be even-tempered. Equanimity also means to be even-tempered. Pick your poison. Equity, I know that word because of the Genshin Talent books.
Sure enough, the watchmaker is the third nameless. Even I could guess that one.
The legacy he left behind was a dream bubble. I believe inside that bubble,
No one
there's
mourns
something
the
that holds meaning
iniquids.
only for the nameless. After all, when I checked its contents, I found nothing inside.
Andrew.
Maybe some trailblaze runes? Even more enigmatic than me.
Well, let's have a look.
Oh, by the way, thank you, Pickled, for donating the subs earlier. And thank you, Prim. Gold Kitty Club. I'm gonna keep on singing cause we get Gold Kitty Club. All the time my subscribers, they're Gold Kitty Club. Welcome, Prim, to the Gold Kitty Club. Gold Kitty Club. Oh, wait. Yeah, 12. I can count. Welcome to the Gold Kitty Club, Prim. Thank you so much. I press my hands against the dream bubble, and this thick, vicious memoria converges under strain, then stretches outward from my fingertips. As if weaving a delicate web, it gently cradles my palm. A chill travels from my fingertips, carrying with it a myriad of vibrant and intertwined memories, as experience would suggest. But this time, I see nothing. Let me try to focus and capture these memories. The dream bubble is clearly extraordinary. Perhaps the approach is wrong. I think, holding my breath and closing my eyes. With one knee on the ground, I press my forehead against this thin film, coated in memoria. Yet before me, there remains an abyss of darkness. No crimson sun descending upon the snow-capped mountains, no gentle laughter, no twinkling stars, no echoes of swords clashing, and most of all, no traces of trailblaze. There's nothing, and nothing is there. Indubitably, this is but an empty dream bubble.
Wait, what's going on? Seriously? There's nothing inside this dream bubble?
Head on. Apply directly.
How could a dream bubble be empty?
Just as I suspected.
Is he holding space?
That old man always had this strange belief in the nameless and the trailblaze. And I never understood where he got that confidence from. Especially since he never managed to get in touch with the Express while he was alive. I could never figure out what was going on in that old man's head. But this empty dream bubble is so typical of him. He was always full of weird fantasies and incomprehensible romanticism. Mischievous old man. Well, I didn't expect him to leave anything concrete behind anyway.
Am I excited for the Marvel Rivals tournament? My top 500 list? Oh, yes. When I logged in, they were like, oh my god, you're so good at this game. I was like, please, please, please keep this under wraps. Please keep this under wraps. You know what? I tried to use Fawn as my username. Somebody took it. I had to go _ Fawn. I was like, oh my goodness, famous era.
Don't think that's the case, Gallagher. I'm sure Mikhail has left us the most precious thing of all.
Don't start getting all philosophical on me, all right?
Just as Mikhail believes in the nameless of the future, we unconditionally believe in the nameless of the past.
Yeah, I'm _
How could they
Fawn.
leave with
_
regrets
Fawn.
for the future?
It's fine.
when
It's
they
more
were ready
aesthetic.
to dedicate their lives to the land they loved.
I'm sure Mikhail has left us the most precious thing of all. Just as Mikhail believes in the nameless of the future, we unconditionally believe the nameless of the past. Okay.
There must be something contained in this dream bubble. It's just we haven't figured it out yet. You also have faith in the Watchmaker, don't you, Gallagher?
Well, I'm a follower of the Enigmata. My philosophy forbids me to have faith in anything. That's why I understand what faith means in the path of Trailblaze. And
Pickled, there's so many bird feathers in the background. It's so sick.
Can I borrow your pet? I need to make a trip back to Golden Hour and check something at the Dreamscape sales store. It's for Mikhail, and for the future of Penacony.
I don't know. Sometimes
Welcome
it is.
to the Reverie Hotel. How may I help you?
Once like databases can sort of see that you have like traffic on the internet, people will like take that name and just reserve it in random spaces. I actually looked up fawn.com and it's a blank site. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm not saying that like I'm a huge YouTuber or anything, but you know, people are already taking things.
Greetings. We're the Nameless from the Astral
Hi,
Express.
Antonio.
And we'd like to check in.
The Astral
Oh, I forgot
Express?
that this cowboy
But
was here.
Yes, my companion's already checked in. My name is Dan Heng, and I believe my personal information is recorded in your system.
I see, but your companion said you wouldn't be coming due to a change of plans.
Now the plans have changed again.
Okay, thank you, Josu.
And you are...
Me? I'm Pom Pom, a new nameless who's also with the Astral Express.
With that sponsorship
My
coming
fellow
soon.
trailblazer.
Kiss me.
We responded to the family's invitation before he boarded the express.
You can use it, Kizzy, because you're a
So
mod.
he wasn't registered in your system. Is it possible to accommodate him as well?
I mean, Space Cowboy does kind of have the same color scheme as Pom Pom, and they both are like kind of queer coded anyway. So, you know, maybe it is. Maybe you know.
Oh,
What's the difference?
I see. Another one of the Nameless had a similar situation. Seems like a lot of people are joining the Trailblaze these days.
Oh
Since
yeah,
there's
you
a
could have
precedent,
commented.
it shouldn't
I think
be a
the
problem.
DMs actually
Just
work
give me
better
a
because
second
I can
to
keep
contact
track
your
of it better.
companions.
Hi, Concrete. Welcome to the chat. Oh, I'm getting raided. Sorry, my OBS was... I started seeing people barking. Oh, is it because of the Space Cowboy? Welcome. Thank you, the Saint. Sorry, my OBS is a little bit choppy right now. Give me just a second. I'll shout you out. welcome to the stream. The Saint Leica. Welcome. Thank you. It's because the space. Okay. Yeah. Oh no. I mean, he's very gorgeous.
I'm sorry, dear guest,
Funny
but it
story.
seems I'm unable to
I
reach the other
posted a
members of the
video
Astral
a
Express.
while ago reacting to his trailer before I started playing this game because people like for me to like I queen out when I see really good Hoyoverse trailers. They just do a really good job of doing this the cinematics, right? I was just like making commentary and one thing leads to another and I look at my notifications. This happened months ago. For like 3 weeks straight, there were people in a certain comment thread on my TikTok arguing over this man. Like, yeah. I was like, whoa,
What do
y'all
you
really
mean
love him.
by unable to reach them?
My apologies. This is the first time I've encountered a situation like this. However, the system indicates that those guests are still in the dreamscape.
It was him. I don't know what they were saying. They had said something like they had like called him like a dupe or like they called him like a cheap copy of some other character. I don't know. You know how internet arguments are, but when it started getting vicious. It started getting vicious in those comments, and I just watched it. I would like wake up in the morning and check that thread and be like, because I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to just see like people arguing over anime characters.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I need to verify both of your identities before I can share any guest information.
He is very girly pop. I mean, his coat literally the zipper comes down to right where the pecs are.
How about you just wake up someone?
Hi, Beanie.
Let's say, Welt.
I'm sorry, but there are strict rules regarding...
So nothing works, huh? What's your solution then? Are you saying we sleep here? At the reception?
Please be patient. We need to contact your companions in order to confirm your identities.
I'm not a Hoyer Noyer, but who do you think is the highest Honkai Star Rail in Ugly Pop? I don't do Ugly Pop because there's a pop for everybody. I think like the most non-girly pop. I don't actually know. I really don't know. Maybe I can look at the character archives if I get out of
cutscenes. You need to
cutscenes.
confirm our identity.
It seems so.
Oh, Comet has an answer.
Fudge. Look, nothing personal, but if you can't handle this, go find someone else who can, okay?
Please calm down, dear guests. I do recall that Mr. Sunday, the Oak family head, personally handled this issue earlier. Oh, please wait a moment while I contact
Bryce,
him.
welcome to the chat.
I don't think she's trying to give us a hard time. She really just doesn't
There
know
really
what to
isn't
do.
anybody ugly popping Honkai. Y'all be real. All these characters are gorgeous.
I have a bad feeling about this. You tried to contact them on the Express earlier, but they didn't respond.
Something doesn't seem right. I need to leave for a moment. You can...
Sure thing.
For anybody who's new here,
Seems pretty worried about his
I do a lot of
companions.
variety streaming. I do
Give him
mainly
some
Pokemon. You can
space.
check me out on YouTube. I do a lot of
Stressing out
like
about it
tier
won't
lists.
help
I also like
anything.
doing like little essays talking about like designs and things like that. I really love character design. I'm by no means like a trained artist, but I am very passionate about it. I like digging into it. I also get kind of like into lore and things, but for the most part, I just kind of dilly-dally. I don't know where to find characters, so I'm gonna just move on from that. I really want some jeans. I personally want some jeans that fit me like this. I want to find a pair of jeans that fit me just like this, because if I could find some jeans that fit me just like this, nobody can. He's very slay. Get into it. This is so slay. Wait, y'all. Beyonce!
The Charmony Festival is about to start. I'm so excited!
Hey, you guys here for the...
Well, I didn't come all the way here specially for the festival.
Yeah, so anybody who's confused about this game, Honkai Star Rail is, as Comment said, a sci-fi gacha game that's turn-based, but it has a really, really like deep and long story, so we call it like our watch parties. Cause
Well, back in my home world, Anaria, we have festivals like that all the
Juno
time.
from Overwatch as a kid.
Oh, come on. The Charmony Festival is a
Well, you never know. Anyway, let's...
unsettling things? What could...
Relax. With a big event like
I want to go to the Charmony Festival.
Oh, that's a relief. Well, looks like I won't get any fudging clues out of these two.
Get out of my way.
Greetings. I'm Cody of the Bloodhound family, head of security.
Am I
for the
crazy or is
hotel.
Boothill giving
How may I
Maple
assist
Story?
you?
A lot of characters in Honkai give Maple Story. I can kind of see what you're saying with Maple Story because it's a very campy cowboy look. And like Maple Story is all about like something that is just like totally like, it's like Harajuku, but different. A lot of Honkai gives Maple Story. A lot of Genshin gives Maple Story too.
Hello. So, there's something I wanted to ask about. I've been hearing some Do you think there's anything to be worried about?
What do you mean?
See you, Saint Linka. Thank you so much for the raid.
Wait. You haven't heard?
I'm not sure where you heard those rumors, but they're completely baseless. I can assure you, as a at present, all of the...
Okay, so nobody here knows that the Charmony Festival is about to go down, but I want to see the Charmony Festival. Like, let's get...
already?
Hasn't she returned yet?
Nope.
Maple Story is all genres of fashion.
I'm starting to wonder. Sending her to Contact Sunday was a good
Pookie, it's
idea.
really fun, isn't it?
Neither the staff nor the guests seem to know anything about what's happening in the dreamscape, and wherever we go, all we see is people enjoying themselves.
I agree. Another unusual thing is that the Oak family is supposed to be in charge of organizing the council and managing everything in... I walked around the hotel, but didn't meet a single member of the Oak family on such an important day.
Pickled, I'm so happy to hear that. I hope anybody who's currently starting or getting ready to enjoy a holiday break, I hope that you enjoy it in the fullest.
Well, I'll be forked. If I remember correctly, the head of the Oak family is that Sunday
You're at work
guy.
right now? Well, I hope that you're making good money.
We shouldn't linger here too long. Let's go back to the Express for now.
Not so fast. Have you ever robbed the IPC, bro? If you run away now,
Slashlight art.
everyone will be chasing after you.
Are you suggesting we sit here and do nothing?
I wouldn't say do nothing. But let's stay put for now. Even if the family has ulterior motives, they couldn't have anticipated us showing up here. We're the surprise factor for them. They don't want to attract unwanted attention from certain outsiders, so they won't do anything reckless. See?
If I were a family member, I'd find an official excuse.
Don
and keep
Heng
the
and his
surprise
cowboy
factors
friend,
here.
they're like 3
If we
steps
just
behind.
wait
Like
here,
everybody else knows what's going on.
we
I
don't
get that they're
need to
supposed to
walk into
narratively figure
their
this out, but
trap.
I'm like,
I gave a backup plan.
catch up.
If it turns out we won't be allowed to enter the dreamscape.
A secret signal.
That's right.
Oh, a concrete object can indeed help the memo keeper establish a connection with you. But Boothill, if you have more backup plans in the future,
Yeah, Don
I hope
Heng was
you'll
too
let
busy
me know in
procrastinating reading all his
advance.
BL. Don Heng's favorite BL's love pistol.
I'm sorry. But it's one of my quirks. I have too many unreliable friends. And if I reveal that I have backup plans, things can go awry. And
how do we get into the VIP lounge?
this is where my
Damsel, the
street
way
smarts
Damsel chimed
come
in.
You're the lobby manager, right?
Yes, I am. How may I assist you?
We're the Nameless from the Astral Express. We wanted to check in, but there's something wrong with your system.
It is really good
The
art,
lady at the
but
front desk said
I
she
try
would
not to mention it too
contact
much.
the manager, but now she's nowhere to be found. Now, we've been waiting here forever, without any food or water. What the fork, man? Is this how the family treats its guests?
Is this your idea of street
Boothill is
smarts?
me trying to stay monetized,
Starting an
bro.
altercation?
It's called standing up for your rights.
I apologize for the inconvenience. Please wait while we try to contact Mr.
Like literally,
Sundance.
I even have a
I'll
cowboy
arrange
hat.
2 premium seats in the VIP lounge so you can rest there while you wait.
See?
Just don't call yourself Nameless next time.
Wow, this bar's something else. Certainly worthy of the planet of his
Like, what are we doing? They just want the girls to get into the Boothill silhouette. Like, y'all know I've been like really towards the last half of the year. I've been really serious about like working out, and like I've got like protein and creatine. Like I'm really trying. This is the body type I want. I think in maybe 3 years I can achieve it, and then I'm gonna get some jeans just like this, honey.
Good evening, gentlemen.
They're on a date. I really think this part is just so they can sell Boothill more. I think so
have an
too.
order for a bottle of his Donna's White Oak. Can you help us?
Donna's White Oak. I think there might be a misunderstanding. We don't serve that here.
Oh, no way.
I want to be a cyborg.
Sure you're not
yes.
mistaken?
If someone had reserved such a beverage, I would definitely remember it. It sells
That
for
way I
hundreds of
can
thousands
do.
of credits
That
per
way I can
bottle,
sing
after all.
Fembots by Robin,
couldn't afford to
and
cover
it'll
for
actually
such an
be
item
about
if
me.
it were broken or lost.
That's strange. Well, could it be that the memo keeper couldn't afford it?
Then what should we do now?
No need to rush. Well, let's grab some drinks.
Oh my goodness, they sit here drinking, girl. We gotta go to the Charmony Festival. There's a Stellaron in the air.
Well, give me a glass of Heng Valley, 40 years. I'll have it neat.
Wow, that's the most expensive one on the list.
I guess the title will
Have a
be
taste for the
Don
finest.
Heng X Boothill. That's the title of today's VOD.
Anyway.
Don Heng X
What can I
Boothill fan
get for
edit.
Anything you recommend is fine.
Then I would recommend today's special, Glass Village.
They'll
it's
get me.
classic Soul Glad mixed with Laboom juice. It's refreshing and suits your cool demeanor. Just 1 minute.
Did you just imply that Black Swan was broke? Because I'll have you know, Black Swan is one of the highest paid male models. You know how haters are.
Ooh, really hits the spot. Truly, the finest sherry cask aged malt juice in the cosmos.
Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel.
Cowboy
Is
Bebop.
that really something that humans enjoy?
Hey, this guy doesn't know anything at all.
As long as you're satisfied, dear guests, please enjoy.
Let's give the memo keeper another half system hour. If she doesn't show up, we'll need to come up with a new plan. In the meantime, let's take stock of the situation. What do you think?
The situation is unclear. Something must have happened on the planet of festivities, but the public is unaware of it. Someone in a position of
I wish
power
I could
within the
quit
family
you.
must be covering it up. It's unusual for the followers of the Harmony to invite other factions, let alone the IPC and the Masked Fools. If what you said about the Emanator of the Nihility is true...
Girl, we know this stuff already. What are we talking about?
As you know, the faction that follows the path of the hunt are some of the most dangerous folks in the cosmos to mess with. I mean, isn't there a saying among the Xianzhou people that the Rainbow Sect lets their Lux arrow do all the beating?
Talking. Do...
Well, you know what I mean. Even though the Galaxy Rangers have been out of sight for years, we've been keeping an eye on this region. Even the dumbest criminals know better than to mess with that Acheron lady. She doesn't...
And you believe that someone like her would have an ulterior motive for impersonating a Galaxy Ranger?
Because, like,
sure.
if
I
this...
do have my suspicions.
They really were just trying to
Maybe
sell
she
Boothill
knows a
Hill.
Galaxy
I
Ranger,
can't hate it.
Perhaps she's trying to
We all
lure
live
us
in
out for some
capitalism.
reason.
We got mouths to
I
feed.
can't
Sometimes
figure
it's
out.
just us.
Anyway, what worries me more are the anomalies within the family.
I think this is just confirming that Acheron is
They've
an
summoned
emanator of
followers
nihility
from
and
various
impersonating a
paths for the
Galaxy Ranger
festival.
because it was speculation from
No
the
matter
Venture.
how generous the family might be.
I mean, when she turned all
This
gray and
move
sliced that
seems
moon,
highly
and then we
unusual.
saw the black hole,
Unless
I was like,
the
oh.
invitations weren't sent by them. If that's the case, it's even more intriguing.
Maybe it's Shipei the Harmony pulling the strings. You find it beyond human understanding because it wasn't arranged by humans at all. People do stupid
Oh,
things
did this
out of
happen
irrational
after a long break?
impulses.
Okay, that makes more sense.
They abandon
See, if
their
I was doing it on a long
principles
break, I would
when
actually appreciate
self-interest
this.
is involved. They believe in things they know that, but eons don't. They stick to their determined path and never turn.
You think Shipei's will is...
It may not necessarily be Shipei. It's much simpler when you boil it down to the eons and paths. Like how Lon always follows the path of the hunt, or how the Express stays true to the Trailblade.
But in my opinion, Akavili's fall holds significance.
Oh. So you're saying the Nameless now have to take responsibility for their own choices because they're
Exactly. I believe the purpose of the journey isn't just about following a path that's always considered absolute. It's more about doing your best to choose the right path for yourself among countless
Okay, Don
possibilities.
I
Hung,
don't know
girl,
you've
what?
been through, but I agree that people must take responsibility for their choices.
What he said about the Aeons was pretty good. But there's definitely some hierarchy involved. Much if they're bored down to the Aeons and paths, like how Lon always follows the path of the hunt, or the Express stays true to the Trailblaze. But in my opinion, okay, they stick to their determined path and never turn back, even if they reach a dead end.
That's why the Galaxy Rangers need to uncover the imposter.
They're sitting
Figure
here
out
like
her true
drunk on
intentions.
like whatever, like what did they drink, jet fuel or something? Like,
Just in case. I have a backup plan if the memo keeper doesn't show up. This is my...
You sure have a lot of cards up your sleeve.
Well, going back to my old career would make things a lot easier. And by the way, when you were walking around the hotel, did you happen to see any important...
What's your...
It's simple. We just grab some hostages and use them as bargaining chips with the family.
No need for that.
Wait. Are you getting scared? Draw your weapon. Let's make a big scene.
Are you leaving, esteemed guests? Would you like to cancel that as...
Huh? As dawn is...
Ha ha. Looks like you are a bit intoxicated.
Looks like your memo keeper friend.
Oh, I'll be waiting for you on that.
No mistake. That.
Y'all go back to the train.
Looks like we
What is this? Like, I literally like started dissociating for a second. That's
You're back? 2 guests just boarded saying they were looking for Boothill. So I told them to wait in the parlor car.
Oh, just in time.
not to trauma dump, but Boothill's so hot. Hi, Shiny. No, I think we're all in agreement on that. A beautiful
She's
man.
one of them. Look, we welcome all passengers on the Astral Express, but sneaking in like
Finally.
that, you have no regard for etiquette.
My apologies, conductor.
I hope you're good, Shiny.
It was an oversight on my part. I assumed you were already acquainted with the garden. Given the chaotic situation in Penacony, the Nameless are the only ones we can truly trust right now.
You are the memo keeper.
Pleased to meet you, Don Heng. I've seen you and others.
Is that a
in
belt on
ways.
her head? It's fashion on
And
her head.
as for Boothill, this is our first face-to-face meeting. I hope you enjoyed that bottle of Astana's white oak. You sure have a refined taste.
Finally, memo keeper. Well, let's cut to the chase. Spill everything you know.
That's precisely what I intend to do. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Black Swan, and I serve
Wait a
the
minute.
Garden of Recollection as a memo
No,
keeper.
because he doesn't like Acheron.
As for Acheron's story,
He doesn't like her.
I'm sure she knows it better than I do.
Greetings. I'm Acheron.
What? You Garden of Recollection shirtbag! You betrayed me!
I apologize, but she did that at my request. Due to certain reasons, I have been exiled by the family. Thankfully, this memo
Oh, that's
keeper came
right.
to my
The
aid
family all came together
and
and
helped
like
me
did that
escape their
spooky thing.
surveillance unnoticed.
To be honest, it was more like stalking than helping. And the process was far from unnoticed. But we did escape.
I asked her to guide me to a place beyond the family's reach and to contact a few trustworthy individuals. Namely, all of you.
Trustworthy?
Son of a nice
Son of a
lady.
nice lady? You think I'm dumb or something? How about this? I'll put a few bullet holes in your head and see what secrets spill out. Then?
It doesn't have to be like that. I'm willing to answer all your questions, but not right now. If my cover hadn't been blown, we might have had more time, but at the moment, we don't
Yes,
have
they
any
were
other
Supian.
options.
No other options? What do you mean?
This is the only way I can ensure everyone's safety. I kindly request an immediate warp jump out of the Astana star system.
This passenger is requesting...
As far as I can tell, she's not a threat and seems to be telling the truth.
I've briefly traveled.
I'm kind of
with
mad
your
because
companions
leave
and
Pom
know
Pom
their
alone.
whereabouts,
Pom Pom
Don
just
Heng.
likes to have fun on their
Please rest
train,
assured,
and these.
your nameless
I like
companions are
everybody
safe.
here, but
They
like
need our help.
y'all are asking a lot of Pom Pom right now.
As for
Like not
Boothill,
too much
you
on
may
asking
guess.
Pom Pom. Pom Pom really just
been
deserves to
waiting.
sit on the train and have a good time and be comfy.
Galaxy Rangers are known for their
Stop trying to make
elusive
Pom Pom
nature
drive
and limited
everywhere.
contact with each other. So this was the only way I could reach out to you.
But
Only
I
by
get
doing
it.
this can
There's
I
a
find
Stellaron in the
true
midst,
Galaxy
so
Ranger
it's a little
and
bit
fulfill a
serious.
long-standing
But
promise
after this, don't be asking Pom Pom to take you to
return his
McDonald's. That's all I'm
relics
saying.
to their rightful owner.
Pom Pom's my friend, and y'all are not going to take advantage of Pom
Someone
Pom.
once told me that every rainfall is like a gift from the heavens, a sign of their mercy upon the world. Raindrops are said to be the tears of the gods, shed in response to the sorrows of the world. Their constant pouring is a reminder that the gods haven't abandoned us yet. So, how long has this rain been going on for?
I used to believe,
Has been
just
waiting for a
like
real
you,
Galaxy Ranger. If you missed that, thank you, Starry.
that it would eventually stop.
They've been waiting for a real Galaxy Ranger in order to like. Okay, I got you.
Years and decades.
So is Boothill
passed.
Galaxy Ranger?
And it looks like the god you mentioned doesn't exist after all.
Okay. So the old man spoke. The old man's gaze remained fixed in the distance. Amidst the fine drizzle of the black rain, countless shadows emerged. Hundred hands emerged from the sea shrouded in blue. That's like such a crazy picture.
Well, let me share a story with you. Mortals who walk the paths are like sailors on a vast ocean, leaving behind a trail that creates countless ripples of possibilities. These ripples last longer than the fleeting lifetimes of humans, and for some, their presence leaves such a strong mark that it's reflected in the waves.
Like those shadows on the ocean.
Sin-thirsters, the obsessions of the Pathstriders, they emerge from the depth. They emerge from the nihility.
Thank you, Shans. I
and
hope you're
head
having a good day
toward
too. Thank you so much.
leading purposeless lives. However, these hollow phantoms, they were once my dear companions.
Group of galaxy
Are you
rangers.
watching over them?
Watching over them? No. I'm guiding them toward transcend.
This is how I read books. I always have to go back. Who walk the paths are like sailors on a vast ocean, leaving behind countless ripples of possibilities. And for some, their presence leaves such a strong march. Okay,
Then
mark.
it
Okay.
was a
So these are like
brutal war,
very like significant
a
souls
crusade that
of
shook
various
the
paths.
universe. The universe witnessed the fall of Zulo, the Lord Ravager, but it came
Right, Pickle.
a price so hefty that only those who were there.
Hey, nice Josie, congrats. That Celebi is, it's a monster in the
The
current
unwavering determination of the Hunt followers persists even in death. So someone must guide these lost souls to their life beyond.
Oh, the Hunt followers.
They were heroes in their time. As for me,
Interesting.
I've suffered too many losses.
But you know, these sin-thirsters.
Does this
The
seem
Galaxy Rangers follow the
pointless
Hunt.
to you?
Okay, thank you. I was gonna ask, I was like, the Hunt keeps getting mentioned, but I haven't known anybody who was in the Hunt because we thought it was Acheron, but it's not anymore. But it's actually the Galaxy Rangers, Boothill being the
Well,
representative
some
of it.
tasks have to be done,
Those
even
paths
if
of
they
several
are
factions.
pointless.
Janso also follows the Hunt. Okay.
I can help you.
For what?
For the meaning of the nihility. That's what I've been seeking.
I see. After all,
Seeking
this
the meaning of the
realm means all
nihility.
things to ordinary souls, right? Thank you, stranger. I wish that you find what you seek.
Before we part ways, I have one more question. It is true that their actions and even their entire lives may seem pointless from our perspective. But if this is what the departed ones expected, should we try to change it?
Okay, that makes sense. So the Aeons, I get that
good
the Aeons are all
question.
like different forms of like philosophy,
profound
and there's
one.
different factions. But there's so many that I tend to
I
get
don't know
confused.
the
I
answer.
forget my retention.
What I do know is that one day I too.
So
will pass
Acheron
away.
wants to understand if there
I
is
hope that
meaning
when
in
that day
nothingness.
comes,
That's a pretty crazy thing to be exploring
someone will
as a follower
stand
of
at my
nihility.
grave and place a bouquet
Acheron
of
follows
flowers.
Gag. Maybe the meaning is no meaning. Or is that too crazy? I was trying to see if I could open a pack. I can't open a
When I
pack.
appeared as a child, my
Before we get on this,
mindset,
let's open a pack just to
soul
rinse our brains a bit,
reflected
okay?
Immaturity and innocence.
Let me see if I can find one real quick. Oh, I love getting the ones that are, my green screen's kind of messing up. I love getting the ones that have a, when I'm looking at it's on my right side, a bend on the right side. I don't know why, but I just I like those. Okay, let's see what we get. I still don't have Celebi. Dreadnought. Okay. Is there anything good in here? There is something. There's a rainbow border in there. Come on. Hey, that's my second art Vaporeon. That's my second one. If I can get one more, maybe I can get a flare. Nice. Okay.
As I grew into adulthood, I left behind my childlike side.
I'll get Celebi soon.
I humbly request your blessings.
Vaporeon was like, "Hi,
Esteemed
girls."
advocate of Shipe.
Come to me, my kinship. I have sought their presence with us.
As you wish. I have faithfully served
Surrounded by the
family
Finions
for nearly a decade.
Like, that's so girly pop.
Promoting the path of the harmony to the best of my ability. However, I made a mistake yesterday. While I was preparing dinner for the family head, I accidentally dropped a prepared dish on the floor. Out of laziness, I lied and claimed that everything was ready.
What's his name? Really?
Although the head has dismissed me as punishment.
Hey, if it works
It
for
has
you,
been
it works
tough
for me.
to sleep with the guilt still gnawing at me, as I worried that the seeds of evilness may have taken root in my soul. So, I confess to you now to seek atonement for my...
Esteemed advocate of Jipe. My speech, mindset, and soul reflected. As I grow an adult, okay. I have faithfully served the Alfalfa family for nearly a decade. However, I made a mistake yesterday. While I was preparing, I accidentally dropped a prepared dish on the floor. Out of laziness, I lied and claimed that everything was ready. Okay, he lied. I was like, did dropping the plate?
Do you sincerely repent and vow to change your ways?
Yes.
Have you examined your soul and confessed all your sins?
When I work out, I listen to
Yes.
either like dance music, K-pop.
Are you willing to accept the process?
Like La
of
Seraphim
atonement?
Crazy K-pop. I listen to like rap, like Megan, Flo Milli, Cardi, Lil Kim. Any female rapper that has like a discography that you can reference that's upbeat. Nicki. Or I will listen to like a video essay, but it's got to be a long one because my workouts are like normally like an hour or something, and if I put it on, I don't want to have to like click around and look for something else. Really, just like I will like listen to like something really chill or something really upbeat, but it's got to have like through line, and it's got to be good background noise. I can't listen to like rock though for some reason. For some reason, rock doesn't make me feel like working out, but literally listening to someone like analyze capitalism does. I think it motivates me to like have autonomy and control over my body when I listen to someone analyze capitalism. I'm like, I have to keep working out. I have to get like stronger so I can feel like I have control over my body. Or if I'm listening to Megan, she's like, I'm a hot girl. I'm like, yeah, I'm a hot girl.
Yes.
Very well.
Okay, back to this.
Show your dedication. And
a lot of rock
goodwill
is about
to the
analyzing
family,
capitalism. That's actually
and
true.
you shall be
Maybe I'm not listening to the right
reinstated
rock.
among them. Now, please, leave in peace.
Oh, praise Shipe. And thank you, esteemed advocate.
Next, please step forward.
So is this before he went to Penacony?
Please, pardon my sins.
Rest assured, I have implored their presence to be with us. As long as you are sincere, absolution will be granted.
That's on Penacony? Girl, why are they confessing their sins in Pentagon? Just go to sleep and dream about not sinning.
Oh, great.
Oh, it's his duties.
You know,
They're praising the harmony.
arrived in
Okay.
Panaconia as a stowaway.
Hi, Christian.
I sold everything to get a ticket. My house, my land, and my 2 children.
I see.
Harmony equals GPay. Oh, thank you.
Please,
See, thank you for
go
reminding
on.
me.
My children were starving. And I hoped they'd have a chance at survival if they became slaves here. If I can strike it rich here, I'll lift them out of that situation and give
That
them
is so
the life
twisted.
they deserve.
I have a lot of video essayists that I like to listen to. There's really popular ones that I think everybody knows, but the 2 that I would like to recommend, FD Signifier, I always talk about him. He doesn't necessarily talk about the most, from the outside looking in, maybe the most fun topics. Like, he talks about, like, rap and the history of it, but he uses it as a vehicle to talk about, like, a lot of the systems that we exist in, and I find it really fascinating. But the one is essays that I always speak on, intellectual media. It's like intellects, like with an X instead of a CT. She has been going through each and every decade talking about feminism, social issues, racism, every single aspect of social movements in every single decade. Right now she's on the 90s, and she is such a studied historian, but she also gives like aesthetic, and she does it in a way that is so easy to listen to. She does it in chapters. I love intellectual media. Every single time she releases, I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you, thank you, thank you.
But the Bloodhound family
Intellects.
They're on my tail.
She's kind of like ContraPoints is a little bit more on a theme. She's kind of giving more history, but ContraPoints is a legend. I love ContraPoints.
All my
Yeah.
fault.
Intellectual media. See, I'm sorry. I always feel bad for like getting off topic, but honestly, when am I gonna just like get over the fact that this is just how I am? It's this. Yeah. I find it really fascinating. I love a good deep dive. I really appreciate history. I feel like if you really want to understand why we live in the systems we are in, I like to look at history. I know that's not for everybody, but that's just something
The family
I really
is
that I
ready
like.
to forgive all sinners. I'll ask the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. You don't need to.
ContraPoints is like the GOAT though. Like ContraPoints is the video essayist. Like she is the reason why it is a form of media that's on YouTube now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I would not forgive that.
I'll work my hardest to redeem my children and make them part of the family.
Really interesting though, because like forgiving that is,
Praise the harmony.
I don't know, like all kinds of forgiveness, I guess, is what it's about. But I mean, the look on his face kind of shows that he doesn't seem very interested. Maybe he doesn't agree with it. He's giving the same look on his face that he gave when we were talking to Gallagher.
Hey, long time no see, Mr. Sunday. The most esteemed individual in Pentaconia, and the next leader of the Oak family, right?
I have sought their presence with us. Let us proceed.
Sure. Let's just get this over with.
Oh, Shanspeare is also really good too.
I have
Shanspeare's a
sinned.
little more
Please
up the
forgive
alley
me.
of ContraPoints.
I wasted half a pizza at breakfast, and a bottle of Soul Glad. That's it.
I
Nothing
put it in
more.
chat if you want to take a note or something.
We wrap
of
this
it or
up.
something.
I've got a robo-ball game to catch, you know?
Do you seek to atone for your sins through good deeds?
My sins? Wow, started to sound like a saint, huh? Well, let me tell you something. Neither the family nor you have the right to judge me. You think nobody knows what your precious family has done? About the watchmaker? Huh? Don't kid yourself, Featherbrain. Those dream chasers might be fooled by your act, but don't fool yourself.
Why did the Pepeshi merchant just come up to the confession box and start reading the preacher?
Before you start spouting off your holy verses, answer me this. Where does the power of the Oak family come from? And your your power. What makes you think you can sit there all high and mighty, looking down on everyone else? Well, I've spent enough time in confession today to enter the Harmony's paradise, right? And I'll take my leave. Good luck with your election.
Oh, you have to give
and,
confessions.
don't
Oh, is
make
like the
me
Harmony
regret my
harvesting people's
investments in
souls via like their like deepest darkest secrets or something? Because they said that Stellaron is using like people's decaying souls to like keep it going.
Oh, revered triple-faced soul, hear my doubts. Who can judge the strong when their power hides their crimes?
Also, not to get too deep into it, because sometimes when I mention religious analysis, it gets a little weird, but I feel like I want to mention it. Really interesting how people are able to live in decadence in this Americanized city of Penacony. It looks very American, like very campy American. Really interesting that one of the reasons and one of the transactions that you have to make is you just go to church. You just have to go to church. Like the Pepeshi merchant, he doesn't actually believe in any of the traditions or the rituals. He just goes. So that way, you know, nobody questions him. Very interesting because that's like kind of like for, I don't know, very interesting. You know, I'm not bad. I went to church.
Who can vouch for the weak when they will pay any price to survive? Who can comfort the purest souls when even they get led astray? If the strong defending the weak is truly the foundation of paradise, then who is responsible for the suffering and anguish in this wretched world?
Brother? Brother? Brother,
Next
are
question.
you all right?
This is called Honkai Star Rail. It's an anime extravaganza with a sci-fi action
I've been
turn-based
working long
combat
hours,
system.
and I just made a trip to Dreamflux Reef and back.
Adventuring
So,
parallel.
I'm a bit out of
Oh,
sorts,
Starry! Clock that. Okay.
but it'll all be over before we know it.
You've been working non-stop on the Charmony Festival,
Happy Friday,
Mr.
my
Sunday,
Taro.
and no one could have predicted this incident. Even if the Stellaron does pose a grave threat, I still feel sorry for all the trouble we've caused you.
No need to worry about troubling anyone. The Charmony Festival was meant to spread joy and harmony across the cosmos.
Welt and Sunday would be a
But
cute
now
couple.
that
They
we
both have
know
like
the
a very
truth,
similar but contrasting
I'm afraid
vibe.
we'll have to cancel it.
It has always been our wish to make everyone happy, so we'll do our best to explain everything
Oh,
to the
Matt,
Dream
the lore
Master.
here got crazy.
I'm
I
sure
still am
he'll
trying to put it
understand.
together. But she's really pretty.
Even if the negotiation does not go smoothly.
Matt, spoiler alert,
I'll
she actually
refuse to
died
go
and
on
came
stage.
back.
Without
She
the
died and came back
Coordmaster,
like 2 weeks
the
ago.
harmonious choir would not arrive, and the Charmony Festival would be just a grand performance, and nothing more.
I'm
She
relieved
didn't
to
die.
see your determination.
No, she didn't actually die. But for a minute we thought she did. She crystallized.
You know, since arriving in Penacony, we haven't had any contact with this Dream Master himself. I'd heard of the heads of the 5 major lineages, but the Dream Master is a mystery to me.
She said I'm dead. Actually, I'm not. Okay, I love
The
Pink.
Dream Master rarely grants an audience, even for us. But, given the urgency of the situation, he's agreed to meet us in person.
Perhaps you'll be the first guest to meet the Dream Master in years, Mr. Yang.
Let's hope we can reach a consensus that satisfies everyone.
Indeed.
It's about time. We'll have to get ready for the meeting.
Don't worry. I'll be waiting here.
So I wanted to just say, because I always feel weird recommending like anything over like 30 minutes to people, because I'm like, oh, check out this person. It's like a 2-hour like history lecture. Shakespeare is more up the alley of ContraPoints, but I was thinking about this. I wanted to mention, I recently, Eliza, because I know you asked like 15 minutes ago, I forget their channel. I found this PhD on esotericism. Oh, I wish Sam was here because Sam loves esoterica. This guy got a PhD in Amsterdam on esoteric studies. and basically it like talks about like the convergence of philosophy and sciences, and like esoteric things. But like I was working out to that earlier this week, and like I started on his first playlist, and I'm just like going through the introduction right now, and it's so interesting how much of like famous philosophers like Pythagoras were really into like alchemy and like studying magics, and like the Greeks and the Greeks and the Egyptians were like collaborating, and they had like whole scrolls of spells that they would cast on like papyrus, and they would call on different gods from different religions that they were aware of from different cultures. And I'm like, that's so, I'm not saying that like they were like actually casting spells, but I find that so interesting that like at a certain point in time, people were really, really into like the psychic energy of the human experience. And I think it's so interesting that you can draw it back to like Pythagoras, because we still use a lot of his discoveries and perspectives in our modern day. It's like, oh, that was such a famous and like groundbreaking thinker for human history, and they were like thinking like, let's cast spells. Like, I think that's so cool. I agree, Matt. I agree. Y'all know how I get about magic and stuff like that, but
Come over. Mr. Sunday. Hey there. Okay. See the moon in the sky?
that's exactly what
It's
Doctor
about
Strange is
the
about.
size of the cap in the Soul Glad bottle. If I just reached out my
Esoterica
hand,
with one R,
I could
yeah.
grab the moon,
It's pretty
couldn't
long,
I?
and he has a lot of playlists. I started on the intro playlist that he started like 4 years ago.
The moon? You mean the Grand Theater?
Yeah. Look at me. I've been away from home for 2, but it's no big deal. The Grand Theater here looks much better than the moon back home. They told me not to sell everything I had just to come to Penacony.
Green teals. Green.
How short-sighted.
Matt Taro, they're not. They're like Moogles.
Selling everything you had.
They're Moogle dupes.
Why would you go to such lengths?
Why? Can't you see? Life back home is miserable. It's not really living at all. It's better to be here at Penacony. No pain, no worries about tomorrow, just sweet dreams.
Is this truly living?
Huh? What did you say, young lady?
A beautiful nightmare.
I didn't...
Oh, it's nothing, sir.
Penacony could be an allegory
the traffic
for the
on
internet
Blocks
too.
Avenue can be dangerous. How about I ask a Bloodhound family member to escort you to Ideen Park over there, so you can...
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Wow, no wonder you were the leader of this sweet dream. You're
Or a beautiful
totally
nightmare.
a lifesaver. See you around, Mr. Sunday, and it was nice chatting with you.
What's up,
wrong, Robin?
sister?
This is the land of the dreams. But why do they live like this? The man we ran into, he doesn't seem happy at all. Even though sweet dreams are nice, they're just illusions. But for him, they're the only way to survive, even if it means giving up on reality. That's not really living at all.
She ate that.
Suppose you have a point. But, in my opinion, that's how most people live their lives.
Why do you say that?
You think that man is not actually living, but that's not quite accurate. Even without Penacony, people create their own illusions
What is
called
the United States of
self-value.
America? We're still trying to figure that one out.
People believe they have a predetermined value to fulfill. Gaining value means gaining power. And those
Oh, you're
deemed
talking about what she
worthless
just
are
said.
seen as the weak. However, value doesn't come out of thin air, and there's a limit to it.
In a
To
Jeopardy way.
accumulate value, people have to take from others.
Thank you,
So,
Matt. I
could
actually
we
really
get
like blonde on
exploited
me. I think I'm gonna phase
pressed?
it in and out. I'll let my hair get
Are
healthy.
you
I'll go super
suggesting
short, let
that
it get healthy, and then bleach
this
it
is
again.
not how things should be?
Or maybe I'll like grow it out really long and then I'll go
Exactly.
short bleach. I do like it though. Thank you.
Ironically, people don't think there's anything wrong with it.
It's just touching up the
because they
roots is such a
uphold
pain.
The illusory
Ugh.
notion of self-value.
I'm like, I'm just gonna shave it all off. Hi,
and
Melodic.
even the weak believe in it. The survival of the fittest. That's where all the tragedies in the world come from.
You can't tell if it's shadow or
People
roots.
come to the sweet dream
It's my
of
roots.
Penacony to escape
My hair is
from
so
that
dark that
reality
it's like pretty jarring,
and find
but
solace.
it does look pretty cool.
No tragedies exist here.
Especially when I do it to the
Only
front because it kind
happiness.
of creates like a cool
Although
like
in its
like
nascent
effect in it.
Isn't that
in like
the
this
same
area.
paradise we yearn for in our dreams?
Perhaps that man is just an exception. Let's not jump to conclusions. We should experience the dreamscape ourselves. Just as I did at Dreamflux Reef.
Yes. Seeing is believing. I'll accompany you. The Dream Master hasn't shown up yet.
The
so we have some
script.
time for a
Matt
stroll.
Harrow, a lot of us are still trying to figure out what the script is. I did miss his monologue, I know. He keeps talking about the sweet dream and like what's it all about. I actually like this purple on her. Hi.
Glad to meet you again, Robin. How are the preparations for the Charmony Festival coming along? We're all so excited about it.
It's going smoothly. Thanks for making the trip to join the festival.
You're too kind, Robin. It's a pleasure to have guests from all over the universe celebrating day and night. I can't stand being lonely or bored, so this jubilant dreamscape is perfect for me.
So all these people are
If
like
this
sort
went on
of
forever,
all these people they're
would it get
meeting are
boring
sort of
too?
like gonna be showing
Not at all. Who would get tired
not
of
necessarily a
having
darker
so
side,
much
but like
fun?
a reliance almost on
Every
like
day, you
being
get to wear
averse
fancy
to like
clothes,
pain or suffering.
explore all sorts of dream bubbles, indulge in delicious food without gaining weight, and you never get old or sick. As long as you can afford a room, this place is the ultimate paradise.
but you know that only a few things can be brought back from the dreamscape to reality, right?
That's exactly why
Yeah, there was
I
a scene
don't
earlier,
plan on
Matt,
bringing
where they were
anything
talking
back.
about the scene, the
Just
script,
enjoying
and
the
we're
dream itself
I was
is
getting
good
confused,
enough for
and then
me.
Comet was like, nobody
I'm
understands
not
it.
one of those long-living species. I only have around 60 or 70 years in this lifetime, and there's so much to worry about. Being happy here is pure bliss.
They say like living your life in like aversion can really cause a lot of suffering. Like it really helps, it prevents you from being like present, like wanting things or wanting to be away from things. Like you'll never be able to find that perfect balance. You just have to like accept the fact that sometimes you just have to deal with things that you don't like constantly being averse to things. It's so hard for me to describe, but yeah. Aversion is like a big thing that can like contribute to like a pretty like chaotic and unbalanced lifestyle. It's like being like, oh, I don't like that, keep that away from me, keep that away from me, I have to do this to keep that away from me. It's like, girl, it's gonna keep coming at you.
Only in this sweet dream can I truly feel like I'm
I
in
do like her hair
control
color.
of my life and fate. Who would want to go back to reality after experiencing this bliss?
I see. I genuinely wish you all the happiness in the world.
And I wish you a fantastic performance, Robin! I'm off to the Blue Hour for the ball. See you later.
That is so funny. They have no idea.
Seems like that guest's perspective didn't resonate with you either.
She had a valid point. And I could sense her genuine happiness. It's just that
What you're trying to say is, she thinks she's in control of her life. But in reality, she's just escaping from reality and seeking solace in this sweet dream.
Or beautiful.
Once she steps out of this sanctuary, everything will be lost.
well, She did make mention of being able to afford a room, didn't she?
However, the paradise in our dreams, it doesn't have to end.
No. And the paradise we yearn for shouldn't be just a fleeting dream either.
This is going back to the bird analogy, huh? Oh my god! Please don't hit me! Oh my god, please! I really think HSR has a lot of potential as a narrative because Penacony is the first story that really leans into the esoteric philosophical qualities of the paths. I hope it continues this way. I mean, it's quite challenging to be able to capture it in a narrative. Some of these bigger ideals like nihilism, great thinkers were thinking about nihilism, harmony, like preservation, knowledge. These are all big parts of like the human experience. To be able to like try to synthesize that into a story, especially a sci-fi story, it's like I think it's quite fun. Penacony is like a wild ride, but I do enjoy it. I enjoy the risks that they're taking, at least in terms of like the scope that they're trying to capture.
The scenery in this dreamscape is truly breathtaking, isn't it?
Oh, Robin. Can't believe I'm meeting you in person here. What an honor.
Me casually meeting Lady Gaga.
You're right. Even though time stands still in this dreamscape, it always feels fresh. I find something new every time.
A philosophical mind. I hope I'm not intruding.
Oh, not at all. No. With little time left, I yearn for meaningful conversations, especially with someone as esteemed as you.
Right,
Do you mind if we chat?
It's my pleasure. No need to be formal. Just speak your mind. You said, with little time left. Please, forgive me for being blunt. But is that why you came to Penacony?
Lady Gaga secretly watching me? I love disease.
I was part of a war, and while escaping from the Sarkosian mothership, I got exposed to some radioactive materials. And then, all my comrades died, and my hometown was wiped out by neutron bombardments. I couldn't bear to live with everything I knew gone. That's when I heard about a possible solution here, so I came.
How heart-wrenching. I hope the family has been able to help you.
They have, and I'm truly grateful for that. They provided me with a comfortable room, the most advanced life support devices in the cosmos, and a stellar team of caregivers. My physical
See, this is going to be
body now in the
difficult
dream
because this
pool.
guy, this guy actually
Sustained by
like
life
suffers
support.
physically and
For me, you see,
psychologically, and a place like this actually enables him some
Here is
remedy.
whole, or a true appearance. Huh. I hope you never have to witness it, Robin.
So, you'll be living forever in this dreamscape.
See, because now I'm getting internet allegories, because like I think about this a lot too. Like, sometimes like in video games, like sometimes in guilds, like I'll notice that there's someone who's always playing, and I just like wonder about their life. And sometimes my brain goes to a space where I'm like, I hope they're okay. Like I just really, you never really understand or know. You never know, right? You never know what someone's using the internet to escape for. I use it for comfort. I played Marvel Rivals today to relax because I had been pretty busy this week, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna relax. But I had like a pretty nice time. But there might be someone out there who's playing Marvel Rivals who really, really, really needs it right now. Like, not to make it like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like, I just think about that. Yeah. This is me logging on and debuting my PNG tuber.
Just being able to live at all is good enough for me. Whether it's in this dreamscape or not, well, I don't really have much say in the matter.
My brain starts going, so I'm like, who is that person? What shoes are they walking in, you know?
My world has been torn apart, and my life could end any second. So,
Me with Infinity Nikki.
even if this whole place is an illusion, it's still my paradise. And I'll treasure every moment I spend here.
There's a side quest you'll never do, which is why I feel comfortable spoiling it. It's where a scientist with dementia is stuck in Penacony, and the IPC wants his memories because he created a weapon that destroyed an entire planet in an instant. Wow.
How I envy those everlasting things.
I mean, for me, Xanto...
Romance story. It's so tragic.
For me, Xanto, I pretty much enjoy most games now because I'm insulated by a pretty fun community. So, like, I just kind of have a blast with a lot of things. I tried it out today because I noticed that some people were playing it. And I was like, well, I've been, like, kind of, like, trying to do something. I haven't wanted to continue any series on my main YouTube channel. I want to do something a little bit new. I was thinking about the Sonic tier list, but I was like, I don't really want to fully record it. Like, I had it all planned out, and I just was like, I don't want to record that. So I was like, let me just try out Marvel Rivals. One, I can play it and just like have a good time, not think about anything. But two, I could still be a little bit productive, expose myself to a new game. But see, like, that's like, even like if the game is bad, like these days, like because it's like in my work, I enjoy it. But I do think that it's like a fun game. If you've played Overwatch, you can just pick it up. Like, I literally didn't even do the tutorial. But I can also see why people wouldn't like it because it is also like Overwatch.
Fortunately, this sweet dream gives him joyful memories to hold on to for the rest of his life.
That's precisely why this sweet dream in Penacony exists.
I read clouds.
However, even this sweet dream has its limitations. While it provides solace to the disillusioned, it can't completely eliminate pain in reality.
There will be a way out. Penacony is already on the right track.
I mean, I totally get why people aren't playing it. I think you really have to. If the boat has already sailed for you on Overwatch, you're probably not gonna like Marvel Rivals. I like a little pickup PvP game, and in all honesty, I turn chat and voice chat off just like I do on Overwatch. Uh-oh, there's a Robin dupe in the distance. Mama, a Robin dupe behind you. But it's been fun. I'm trying to learn all the characters because I want to do a tier list on it. Is your Marvel Rivals main a girly pop?
Lady. Wait, is that me?
Yeah, the Marvel IP turned some people off. It turned me off. That's why I didn't play it on launch. Because I was like, girl, we're sick of Marvel at this point. But I logged in and I was like, it's basically Overwatch. And some of the characters are kind of fun.
Brother, what a surprise to see you again.
Emma Lobin.
Show yourself. Your trick won't work on us.
I've heard that a skilled mass fool received an invitation too. That must be you, right? Did you enjoy yourself?
Barely. The people here are way too gullible. A little bait is all it takes for them to bite. And they run away at the slightest hint of danger. In other words, they're naive and cowardly.
Now that you've had your fill, it'd be wise to leave before it's too late. The music of the harmony doesn't tolerate discord.
What? Now that you have the real Robin, I'm useless? Oh, how disheartening. I've done so much for the family. You should.
Sparkle from the get-go has
been
been like...
cleaning up this mess.
A
Penacony
thorn
would
in
still
our
be
side,
shambles.
Mama.
Don't you think?
That was a personal request from the head of the Iris family, and it has nothing
Sparkle
to do
is
with
kind of
us.
giving me cool.
Step aside and stop causing trouble for the Charmony Festival.
The Charmony Festival? You think you can scare me? You think I have no idea what you're planning? I don't care what you're thinking, chicken wing boy. But I'm pretty sure our lovely Robin won't be appearing on stage. After all, you're well aware of what a sorry state this dreamscape is in under the banner of harmony. Penacony, the land of the dreams. Is this truly the paradise you desire?
Stop it.
What's the
Chicken Wing
rush,
Boy.
chicken wing boy? Did I get to you?
Our paradise is none of your concern, masked fool. Leave now, or the family won't tolerate you anymore.
All right. I'll go. But Robin, I suggest you seriously consider this. Do you really believe those living in dreams can escape pain and find true happiness? Well, I've done my part, and now I'm simply waiting for the fireworks to begin. Here, the last 2 gifts for both of you. And don't lose them. If
She's
by
been
some
passing out these little
unfortunate chance
gifts.
the Charmony Festival starts against all odds, remember to use them during the show. And it'll be thrilling. Bang!
I heard a raven cawing in the distance. It seems the Dream Master will arrive soon.
Do you remember what she told Aventurine? I don't. Can someone remind me? What'd she say? Emanator of Messi. It's a bomb detonator. Oh!
Let's
the
wait
Charmony
here
Festival?
for the Dream Master to arrive.
Okay.
The context about Chicken Wing Boy,
By the way, brother,
she literally
I
just
heard you no
showed up
longer
and
have a
called him
sweet
that.
tooth.
Sparkle has
Back
been
when we
messy
were
this
kids,
whole
you
season.
used to steal
I
our
don't actually
desserts.
know her full motives, but she's been messy this whole season. She's been transforming into people. Like, she's kind of like a trickster.
Seems like a lot has changed during my absence. What exactly happened?
Stream Sparkle by Artemis.
Someone has to stay awake even in this sweet dream.
But that
Someone's
someone
gotta give them
doesn't
this.
have to be you, or anyone in particular. You're carrying too much on your shoulders, brother. The paradise in our dreams. It shouldn't be like this. Penacony is nothing more than a dream. It can't erase the worries and pain of reality, or bring
Sparkle,
true happiness.
apparently, I don't know because I wasn't here on
It
launch.
only offers an escape from reality.
Oh yeah, she's caused a lot of controversy because I think I don't think it was the English, or maybe it was. She actually called in one of the translations, one of the localizations, that character is so off the rails that she actually called somebody an actual slur.
Remember the old man?
So that's
we met
crazy.
earlier?
It was in Chinese.
Without
okay.
this dream, he might have completely lost himself.
That might be true, but
Yeah.
even without Penacony, he could have chosen another path.
The English
As far as I
localizers
know,
were like, we can't do
The
that.
Intelligentsia Guild has been promoting their rehabilitation techniques.
Thank you, English
for a long time
localizers.
now. That path may have been more ordinary and challenging, but now he's in a comatose state. And that sweet dream has become
This
sort
Robin
of
line.
end of
Penacony is nothing more than a dream. It can erase the. Remember the old man we met earlier? This might be true, but even without Penacony, he could have chosen another path. As far as I know, the Intelligentsia Guild has been promoting the rehabilitation for a long time. This shows that the dream is not the only way people could. Okay, thank you,
His
Starry.
life
Thank you,
there.
Starry, for keeping me.
his fate is sealed. Is Penacony granting these people a future? Or is it taking it away from them?
Well, don't forget this. Not everyone really has a future. The future for humanity is like the sky for birds. People mistakenly believe that flight is inherent to birds, because they've never witnessed those birds crashing to their death. Do you remember how we took in that little Charmony dove when we were young?
Yeah. We took care of it. Provided food and water, groomed its feathers. And later, when I decided to leave Penacony, I opened the cage and set it free.
Well, I've gotten the gist that I feel like
I didn't mention
Sparkle's
what
gonna blow
happened to
something
it in
up.
my letters.
It's okay.
Because I didn't want to upset you.
We'll see what happens soon.
Shortly after you left, it crashed to its death right in front of your window.
I had surmised as much. I knew you wouldn't have avoided mentioning the bird for no reason. Despite that unfortunate outcome, I still believe it was the right decision. Birds aren't meant to spend their lives in cages. They belong in the sky, even if they can't fly.
This place about to...
But here's the thing. If there are birds in this world that can never fly, can we really assert that they belong in the sky?
Oh, dang. I was gonna look
Are
back
you
and read more.
implying that the same goes for humans too?
Let's take the Astral Express as an example. The Nameless made tremendous efforts to bridge worlds, gaining fame across the universe. However, only a few extraordinary individuals can endure such a perilous journey. That's because the pursuit of the Trailblaze exceeds the capabilities of ordinary humans. Otherwise, why would this path be filled with broken rails, an abandoned express, and even a fallen Eon?
That's just sophistry. If that were true, then only the powerful would have the right to determine the future.
Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Another name for the future is self-value. While this world has its fair share of heroes who inspire people and garner admiration for their heroic deeds, the majority of ordinary people will never become heroes in their lifetime.
Happy
Some are
Sunday.
born weak and vulnerable. Some find themselves trapped in unfortunate circumstances. Some fall victim to malice and cowardice. When it comes to survival, everyone is equal. And the weak can only watch as their value gets constantly diminished by external forces.
Sunday is like very much... I don't know the word for it. I guess... him being like a follower of Jipe, it's like... he believes that even like... It's the bird analogy. It's the bird analogy.
That's why we should care for the weak and support them as if their suffering were our own. That's what the Odes of Harmony have always taught us.
While the Harmony holds
You're
noble
lagging.
aspirations, the strong will always be strong, and the weak will
Paternalistic.
always be weak.
I guess that's
Even
pretty
in this
fitting. Yeah.
carefree dream.
Yeah.
Human nature contains greatness, but it also harbors inherent weaknesses that can't be eradicated.
He wants
In
to
the end,
protect almost
if
to a
people can't
fault.
even secure their own survival, they
But I
won't
can also
care
see why
about
he
the
disagrees
illusory
with
future of equality.
Robin.
As long as the law of survival of the fittest prevails, there will always be fledglings crashing
Because
to
Robin's
their
like, well,
death.
if they can't fly, they can't fly. And I agree with Robin, but I can also understand why someone would disagree with that, especially if you come from the sense of feeling that things need to be protected if you have the power to do that.
But if people don't live for the future, do they merely exist for survival? If even you, my brother, don't believe that the Harmony will save the weak, then which Eon can make our dreams come true?
People often forget that when the first bird
Well,
took
the Quiet
flight,
Man Red Clouds is
the
like pretty on the
entire
nose for
world
that
envisioned a
point,
future
you know?
where no more fledglings would ever crash to their death.
Is the stream
Are
lagging
you
for
reading,
other
sister?
people?
What are you reading?
Do I have anything open?
Mr. Gopherwood gave me a picture book. It's about the story of the harmonic strings. If I could become a chord master.
Yeah, from Sunday's perspective, yeah.
Summon Dominicus, the harmonious choir. I want to sing with everyone and spread our wishes so that all can feel happiness and joy.
I see. Then I would summon the harmonious choir too.
Don't you have a wish of your own, brother?
Of course I do. It's just that it includes your wish and everyone else's. I long for a true paradise where everyone can find peace.
Then let's build a stage there and invite everyone to our performance.
I can look at their
both our wishes
characters
come true
after this cutscene.
power
We
of
can
the
end on looking
harmonious
at those characters.
It's a deal then.
What did he say about that? Of course I do. It's just that it includes your wish and everyone else's. I long for a paradise where everyone can find peace. So you were really on the nose with that, Ellie, because these two characters kind of have like a sort of omnipotent power in this area. I mean, what with like the angel imagery and things like that, there's a sense that they kind of like sit a little bit above, not only because of their affiliation with the family, but because of like what they look like and like their certain powers that they're capable of. And Robin is kind of maternal and Sunday is kind of paternal. And then that makes me think about like the ideal sense of like the divine masculine is protection. Protecting those who physically might need your support. So like that's a really interesting thing to play on. Like even with Robin, he wants to include her wish and carry the burden of her wish with his own because he believes that in order to establish harmony, you have to have everything be held together, and he wants to do that himself, whereas Robin believes that harmony is allowing things to like sort of naturally, I don't know, flourish?
Yeah, it's a deal. But
however that may be.
can I become a chord
Like
master?
respecting the flow of life and like the place that everything sort of sits.
Maybe you will have to become a star first.
Sunday's okay. I'm starting to see that
Back
Sunday's
sooner than
story
I
might
thought.
actually
Any
flesh out
results?
in a way that I didn't expect.
Yes. And now, it's up to us to forge ahead.
Huh. Since his last will has now been conveyed, my final mission is complete. But pardon me if I sound curt. It's good to have determination. The path Mikhail left for you is not an easy one to tread. Why else would he have chosen to sleep in solitude, staking everything on some nameless in the future? But you have the numbers.
The music
And
is really good in
numbers
this
come
game.
strength.
It's a slow burn story, but like
might
I really
just
just
delay
enjoy
your
these Friday,
inevitable
Saturday evenings
little more.
because it's like really fun to just like
Got any more
nibble
encouraging
on all
words?
of this like story and
As
development.
I see it, relying on Welt's negotiations
It's like a pretty
alone
grand
is far
epic
from
in a
enough.
way.
Regardless of whether the other party will be compliant, negotiating simply allows us to meet them as equals and won't grant us an upper hand. Penacony is our rival's home turf, and we already have very few chips left to play with. Rather than idly sit around while the family's got us blocked off, an offensive approach might be a wiser course of action.
I agree, especially Gay, and maybe that's where Robin's coming from. Like the corruption in like Sunday's character is he kind of believes in an impossible. Like he can't do all of that at once for himself. It's like no one can do that. That's why you need the balance of like Robin's perspective in order to like you know, there's a little bit of good in what they're both saying, and if they could come together to find some sort of compromise, I think that they could be powerful with that resolution. But that's a hard resolution to find because they're both dealing with really, really advanced philosophies.
We're more familiar with the Stellaron's properties than most. And since it's the key to stabilizing the sweet dream, it's vital to the family's
I've seen some of the
interests.
Aeons.
By attacking their core interests, they're bound to retaliate
I will be doing
hastily.
content
And
on
as the saying goes,
Honkai after I beat the main
haste
story.
makes waste.
That's right. As long as we pose a threat to the Stellaron, either with words or otherwise, we have a chance at gaining the upper hand. But the problem is, on the eve of the Charmony Festival opening, how exactly are we going to get close to the theater? Family security will be airtight, and if we brute force it, even if we succeed, it's too risky.
So, no one's gonna say anything? Then I'll raise my hand. I know the answer to this question.
Is your favorite Aeon girly pop? That's actually a pretty good idea. Maybe I could do that already because I don't think that that would be spoiler. And it'd be pretty lighthearted. Okay, Marge, go ahead.
What's
You
that
finish the Pentagon
supposed to
story?
mean?
Well, I still wrote it down just so I
You'd
can
better
keep it in my
believe
brain.
it. So, I heard that before the Charmony Festival begins, there'll be a pageant to kick off the festival. It's called
The Girly Pop Lock.
Soul Glad
The Girly
TM
Pop Lock.
Festivity Auditions.
No, the Girly
or
Pop Lock.
something. And it's going to be held in the moment of scorch sand. As long as we clinch the top spot, we'll be able to attain the title of Festive Superstar and be able to personally bask in the graces of Miss Robin. Not that that's important. What's crucial is that we can enter the Grand Theater before the audience arrives.
So, how do we go about participating in these festivity auditions?
Well, none of these people... Okay, Marge was actually lying. She's just speaking out of her butt like she always does. The pageant that happens before the Charmony Festival every year is in collaboration with Meal's Girly Pop Lock. And unfortunately, none of you are Pokemon, so you cannot audition.
I've already procured special invite tickets from Miss Robin's fan club. To tell you the truth, I had been preparing to join the auditions all along. But now it looks like even if I scrape through, I probably still won't have the chance to shake Miss Robin's hand.
So they're still running this thing, huh? It was originally just a publicity stunt, set up by Mikhail to drum up attention.
Gallagher must have seen the first season of the Girly Pop Lock.
Worth a shot.
We'll follow Marge's plan. Mr. Gallagher, will you be joining us?
I'm afraid I won't have the time. As a virtual character, I've already completed my final mission. Whether Penacony can awaken from this dream is all down to you.
Should we ever cross paths again? I'd love for you to visit the Express.
Himiko,
All right.
he likes...
I'll have to add to that data bank of yours you've got on the Express.
And Miss Firefly, we thank you for all your support. We're faced with a formidable enemy. As long as the Astral Express and Stellaron Hunter's objectives are aligned, we're willing to cooperate with you.
We've already come this far together. I'd like to join you for the rest of your journey on Penacony. I'm pleased that we can finally fight shoulder to shoulder.
What's that one meme of Britney Spears when Ryan Seacrest was talking about like his wife or something, and she's like,
"Now everyone,
someone needs to
let's
do
prepare to
that
move
with the
out."
caption me playing Honkai Star Rail."
Oh, wow, they've really outdone themselves. Oh, I'm starting to get excited.
Where's Rinka?
me, you four. What are you hoping?
As the last group of contestants, how confident are you in overcoming all of the challenges?
That sounds like a venturing.
Would you be open to a brief exclusive interview with us?
Your journey is long and fraught with peril, yet under a sky blanketed by banners.
The sword and rose! Protect the beauty!
A knight's head is hard as steel. Brother Lance's focus is stubborn as a heel. We don't all have to be winners, but if we don't have fun, we don't.
People are pouring in. Kind of feels like all sorts of baddies are showing up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make way.
Coming towards us now is one of Penacony's top 10 wealthiest tycoons.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the director of Solglad's factory, Ideen Lena. My four friends, introduce yourselves to the audience across the cosmos.
Hello, everybody. I'm Himiko, a name.
Don't you guys
Sorry,
need
y'all.
to hide your identities?
I'm trying to get through this cutscene.
Can't hide it anyways. Penacony is plastered with our posts.
Hi, everyone. My name is Fawn, capital Phaun for the aesthetic.
Be a bit more serious. We're live on air.
I'm trying to go for congeniality.
Hello, everyone. I'm March 7th, and I'm an ordinary girl who loves adventures.
Okay, Miss Thing. Give me 1 second. Oh, sorry, I left it silent.
Hello, everyone. I'm Firefly. I am also an ordinary girl who enjoys adventures.
Man, y'all are all gonna lose the pageant.
So it's a bunch of nameless guests. This final face-off is bound to be spectacular. Time is precious. My four friends, come with
She actually doesn't have any of her memories. Okay. We gotta stop there. This will be fun to start tomorrow, though. I want to do Sunday's, before we end, I want to do Sunday's demo. And then we can do the other one tomorrow, maybe. Oh, they have the pretty boys today. Not today, but this for this banner.
Banish your fear.
Use code Happy Sunday. Deals minor imaginary damage. Enables one designated ally character and their summon to immediately take action and increase their damage dealt. Target is a summon and the dealt damage increases further. After using the skill on Beautified. So that's kind of like... That's like Robin, but like a focus. Generates energy for one designated ally and turns the target and their summon into the Beautified. The Beautified increases their crit damage.
We're in
Use
trouble
code
now.
Chicken. Jingwan's abilities increase the amount of attacks that his summons do. He buffs Jingwan's damage. Oh.
Mine and best of immortality.
Oh, he's like a future support for an upcoming. I see.
Can we talk? Naughty child.
This mortal watch over you, guide you on your path.
Ooh, that's really cool. That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Farewell.
He's like a scholar almost, like in Final Fantasy.
Time. Show no mercy.
1,000 wonders to raise your fight as one.
Entangle to my heart's content.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
I'll overcome the thorns. Serenity is before me.
There's no time to lose.
Welcome, customers.
Time for the master. Show no mercy. Was that it?
Let's be friends. Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Better late than never.
These Halo references.
Doubt farewell.
Follow my charge.
Mortal. Watch over you. Guide you on your path.
It's pretty cool.
Here.
This Show no mercy.
I didn't stream it, no. I just casually played it and recorded myself. Like, just recorded my voice over it. I just wanted to try it, you know? That's cool. Okay. Well, let's end here, everybody. Let's say bye to the YouTube. This will be exciting to start tomorrow. It's a very, like, that guy over there seems to be doing something weird. Let's say bye to the YouTube, because I've got to go. It was a fun video. Thank you. I might do more. I don't know. I like just jumping into stuff and like giving reactions sometimes. I felt like I wanted to still feel productive while still having like a good time. So it was like a win-win. Anyway, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed today's stream. My Honkai girlies, I really appreciate y'all. Glad that we can experience this together. I know that the channel is like having a lot of stuff going on with like Mario and Pokemon, but we will finish Penacony. I know it takes a long time, but I'm enjoying myself. Anyway, thank you, YouTube.